Ayo, Tits,
Hey, and I'm Areolas.
and we're doing the Departed. We're
Yeah,
doing
that
the Departed here.
that Bastin movie that departed.
The Departed
The
about all
dep-
the mobsters and stuff. Welcome, hey, Lorenzo Areolas. When was the last time? And when was the first time actually you watched The Departed? And when was
I
the
could
last time that you watched Departed?
I could tell you both the first time and the last time.
Oh,
The, yeah, the first time I actually fun fact. No, this was the first movie I ever rented in HD. You remember when like movies went from regular to high definition? Well, I don't know
I
if you were
do,
born yet.
I do remember that.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, I'm young, but I'm not that young. I mean, I remember going from like those box TVs to the big old flat screen TV, and it was like completely different.
Mhm.
What? It was like, whoa.
Yeah. So this was the first movie I ever rented on my HD TV, and it looked beautiful. And I just saw it a couple days ago.
Oh
Again,
wow.
when's the first time you watched it?
I watched it for the first and I watched it for the first time when it was requested for me to review it like a few months ago. I forget when, but someone was like, "Hey, you gotta watch The Departed," and so I did. And you know what's interesting about The Departed?
What is it just about
It
the dependent?
is following in the mid 1980s. We got a bunch of dudes just chilling. We got a mob. We're dealing with the mob here. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, this is dangerous territory already. I did not want to mess with the mob whatsoever. Not the mob. What happens if you deal with the mob?
You either
Death.
yeah you you either do what they tell you to do or you die.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
want
there's
to
no in
be in that
between.
position.
No, it's not comfortable. But in this movie, we have it starts out with Jack Nicholson, who's like the head of whatever mob he's the head of, the Bastin Mab, and he's scared. He's already established, and he decides to kind of groom a young boy to that's good at school to be his like eyes and ears in the uh police.
Ah. That's so that kid could have done anything else. But he had no choice. He had no choice within his life. He had no choice to choose a profession that he wanted to do. But instead, the mob be like, "Yo, you're gonna be our police informant," and this is setting up the stage for so many things that are about to come. Because I like this movie's structure and how it
Hmm.
sets up the characters. Like it sets up the characters and their connections before like establishes that there's more stuff happening. There's just like a ton of stuff happening, and all the breakdowns of all the characters. But I'm do like just kind of like the like at the very beginning, it's like establishing each character's relationship to the other character,
Hmm.
and I like that.
Yeah, it's all like they're all a bunch of dominoes, like barely hitting each other, but they're messing with each other. And then this star the star power in this movie is ridiculous. It's like stacked with a bunch of stars, like everywhere.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of good acting, a lot of good actors. Immediately, I recognize these characters are as real people. Like I feel sucked into this world. I'm like, no, dealing with the mob. Oh, geez. Well, things are gonna get brutal.
So while you have Matt Damon, becoming the cop on the inside for Jack Nicholson, you have parallel to his story, Leonardo DiCaprio, who's trying to be a cop, but they find out he has like a background, like his uncle had like bookie dealings or he was just shady or something. So the cops are like, "Hey, you may never be a cop because of that background, but
Oof.
if you want to, we can make you a cop, but you have to be an undercover to where basically you're gonna be paid but you're going to be put into jail to serve time so you look like you are a bad guy, and then you can
Mm.
like be an informant, grooming him to be an informant in the on the opposite spectrum of Matt Damon.
That's so interesting. Like uh, what type of people do accept this deal? Like I'm so intrigued because I like even this concept of having like an informant stay in jail. Like they're away from their children or families or whatever. What do you
Hmm.
say to them? And so it makes me wonder about these people's families. Like, okay, so I know these guys, but like, what about the families near them? How are they affected? You know?
Well, also it's like it, I mean, I don't know how big Baston is. I've never really been there, but like even if he were to do his informant time and be done with it and retire, does he have to leave? Does he get his identity back? Like, you're sort of labeled that forever. Like even if you do complete the mission or whatever, like who knows if someone sees you and they're like, "Hey, you were that guy that took us all down." Like you're always having to look over your back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, what if the cop goes to jail? Like, or what if the cop, while he's in jail, starts to act up and then actually is arrested and the prisoners know that he's a cop, and so he has to like go to a very special place in the prison, like separate, and it's like the prisoners there are giving them food, so of course the prisoners are going to treat the cops like trash. So it's just fascinating, you know?
Yeah, there's too many risks, but it works out in the end. But yeah, there's a lot of risks involved in
Yeah,
having informant. I guess more on the bad side than on in the cop world.
yeah, exactly.
But so you have that's pretty much the whole parallel to this story is you have Leonardo DiCaprio trying to worm his way into Jack Nicholson's like right hand man sort of group, while Matt Damon is trying to grow in the cops, and then he keeps like he keeps looking good by like knowing who does the crime or setting it up to where Jack Nicholson isn't like, you know what I mean? Like he sets up the crimes to where he solves them so he looks good and he puts it on someone else instead of Jack Nicholson. So he's like double dipping. He's like,
Yeah, I just you're that person might be innocent. Good, just stop. Why you gotta pin it on other people, dude? Like the characters though, the nuances in the characters too, with like in this movie, it's just fascinating.
yeah. And then you have Alec Baldwin, who's Matt Damon's boss, who,
Yeah,
is just like all gaga for him because he keeps doing great things. And then you have Mark Wahlberg, who's just like a firecracker asshole in this movie, who's kind of
yeah,
in charge with what's his name? Martin? Is it Martin Sheen? One of the Sheen father. They're in charge of the undercover cops, so they're taking care of Leo.
yeah. Uh, you know what's fun? There's a lot of fun things about this movie. Here's another fun thing about this movie.
What's another fun thing?
Another fun thing is how, amidst all of this stuff that's happening, we have we got one dude in prison to maintain his undercover identity. Another dude, while this guy's in prison, this guy's he doesn't have like he can't see his family or whatever. Another guy is just dealing with constant family drama, just like hey bickering, oh no, divorce, oh no, isn't that just sad? Isn't that just suck? And I'm just like, this guy. I bet this guy wants to go. Well, it's two different types of prisons actually. These
Hmm.
guys are in two different types of prisons. At least one is more literal, more obvious that you're in a prison. It's state enforced. It's you're taken care of. You know, I mean, you have to work within the prison system, but nonetheless, it's still prison. And then we have the prison of relationships and melodrama and having to deal with drama and just annoying stuff like rent and
and
literally
work
the economy and
work
working constantly.
bureaucracy and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, just working constantly. All different types of prisons. All of it. It's
they're all
just
like rats. They're both rats, and they're both just trapped in their respective cages. You know, like they can't
exactly.
get out. And the other funny thing you said about him in that relationship is when Leo does like eventually, kind of get off on behavior, and he's kind of the rat for, or he's helping out Jack Nicholson. You have Matt Damon who's having a relationship with that cop psychologist or whatever she is, or criminal psychologist, and then you have Leonardo DiCaprio cheating with that same exact same psychologist, so it's like, what? Like, for one, she's a fucking hair or a hair. I can't say whore in Boston. Hair.
Hua,
She's a fucking.
hua, hua.
You
She's
say
a
it
hua.
in French. A whore.
A hua. um.
Chinese.
Yeah. She's not a person I like that much. Like as the movie goes on, I just don't like her. I like her less and less and less and less and less. And so
I wish she
by
was
the
hotter.
yeah, like why are you acting like this? You're not this hot.
No, she's not that hot.
No, you got to be nice. If if you can be hot, if you can't be hot, I mean, if you can't be hot, then you got to be nice, okay? That's the rule. I didn't make them up, but it's the rule.
Those are the two different spectrums.
Exactly. I also do like the guy in prison. He's like full on melting down. He's just so stressed out constantly.
Oh, yeah, because
He
he
just
can get caught
breaks
at any
down.
time.
And I'm like, man, how relatable is that? Just breaking down because stuff is too stressful. But it's like I gotta keep on going though. You know, just I'm like, dang, that's
It,
that's that's pretty hardcore. And also, I like the resolve on him too. He has the resolve to keep on going even when things are frustrating. Even when he's like pushed to the brink of like, I just want to quit. I just want to finish all of this. I don't want to be undercover anymore. I just want to quit everything. And then like he's talked off like, come on, dude, come on. Just keep going, you know?
yeah, well, they tell him, like, hey, you're already in too deep. Like, you either need to finish this or, like, all that work is gone because you've
Yeah.
already, like, you've already, what, 75%ed it or whatever. You're already too deep in for us to get you out like that.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
yeah,
Um
trying to think of what other parts, because I just know this whole movie is essentially them two, like, almost getting caught. Like, both of them are, like, on
Yeah,
the
it's like a
edge.
cat and mouse chase.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
of them parallel equally, to where they're even almost catching each other, and it's I don't know, like, you'd have to, I feel like, see it, like we've seen it, where you do feel you're on the edge of your seat because you're like, oh shit, he's about to get caught, and then he doesn't, or oh shit, this
Yeah.
dude's about to get caught, and he doesn't. He
It's
barely
like
makes it out.
yeah, it's I like I do like them almost getting caught because every time I'm like, dang it, I wish they were caught. But they're not. Well, I guess I can continue watching the movie, but still they're not getting caught, and that's a problem because they're no good, no good. Also, I do like there's so much crime. There's so much crime within this too. Of obviously it's the mob. The mob's dealing with like, oh, we're gonna be selling stuff. We're gonna be selling computers. Well, we can sell computers all over the place, and no one's gonna stop us. And it's gonna help fuel our business, and it's gonna help fuel. Who cares about the guy in prison? We got other things to deal with. And watching this movie makes me think, how big is the mob? How many moving parts does there have to be in order to operate on this large of a scale? Like, how many people realistically?
Oh,
Like,
it could be
it's
a lot. It could be a lot.
is it
'Cause-
like a corporation size? Like
Yeah,
actually, like 500 people,
I'm
500.
sure because that's why
Well,
it's called like it's the mob for like slang, but technically it's organized crime. So like it's not just like if I was one dude just stealing shit, that's just I'm just a criminal.
mhm.
Whereas you have more than one person organizing it, doing it in like a corporation type setting, like you're saying, then it's organized crime because there's actual like
Mo- modern day
scheduling to
pirates. Modern day pirates. Pirates. It was also organized. Piratage was also organized, but this is the mob reminds me of like you know if you had a bunch of people that were on the open seas, but like they had what if pirates had somebody they spoke to that were on the mainland instead of just like pirating. Actually, I thought that metaphor made better sense in my head, but it actually doesn't now. I'm like, how are they pirates? What? Why?
I mean, you could even look at like corporations like Amazon or the big ones as organized crime because they're like slave waging workers or they're putting monopolies on certain products or certain things, so like there's a lot of ways to look at it now as far as organized
Like the
crime.
government's doing organized crime.
Exactly that too.
Yeah,
You can look at that as well. Like
it's everywhere. There's
yeah,
nothing I can do about it.
some of it's just more accepted. Like oh well,
Yeah,
what can we do? Like that's just how it is. And then that's how a lot of like in this movie it was where they just run the town. What can you do? Like you just have to pay your money or like at the beginning when he's whoring out that dude or that girl at the diner when he's like, "Hey baby, put on some makeup and get ready." Like
yeah,
you do it for protection. And if you don't choose protection, you're gonna get unprotected, which is die. You're gonna die. You're gonna
yeah.
get killed.
Protection's good. You want to live.
I hear
You want to
protection's
live.
good.
Yeah, I heard it once or twice. Um, speaking of not protection,
Mhm.
so we got a informant man. Hey, policeman. Hey, bro, dude, they're doing a thing. They're doing a thing over here. Cops come. They
Mhm.
don't they don't get caught. They don't get caught, which is good. However, I do like the natural suspicion that now once all the things have been set up, all the building blocks have been set up, the foundation rather, and then we can build on top of it. And we got this man who's just trying to mess with the system. He's like, okay, we're time to demolish the system. It's time for us to get him. Let's go get him. And
Mhm.
then they escape, and then the leader man, the mob leaders be like, "Whoa, we got it. Somebody's here. What? How did this happen? Where? Whoa! Somebody in our organization is informing the cops. We gotta figure it out." And I feel like at this point, this, if I were this the mole, as called in the
Mhm.
movie, if I were that man, I think I would be scared. I think I would hide constantly because I wouldn't want to get caught by these dudes trying to get him, trying to get me. I'll be like, oh no, I'm gonna avoid them. But I think that'd be a really telltale sign that I am an informant. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know why there's some parts of it where it's like, dude, you have to know he's a rat. Like you're like it's just
Yeah,
obvious, but I don't know if it's just the writing or they overlook it or what, but yeah, there's both of them on both sides are just acting super fishy at certain points where it's like, nah, I don't need to fucking answer that or where were you just now? Or why are you on your phone? Oh, nothing. I'm talking to my dad or
just
something,
being ambiguous. That's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't that
And
like get suspicious at like by a point? We get like super suspicious. Like, what are you doing? Um, every time you like answer with some sort of rushed answer, it's like,
Mhm.
oh well, I don't want to deal with that. And then I feel like naturally I would be like, what are you looking into? What are you looking at? And I would like look into what they're saying, just because I'd be like, what's up with that?
I guess that just builds into their both reputations because I mean, look at when you see in real life when like there's like a shooter or something or a murderer next door, and they're like, "Well, I you knew that person for a while, and I never thought this of it or that." Like even though they've been there their whole like, you know what I mean, right next to them,
Yeah,
like they just wanna, I guess, overlook those little things because they feel like I broke bread with this dude. I ate with him. He met my kids or something like. How could he be the person that we're looking for?
yeah.
So,
It's quite unfortunate.
mhm.
It's and I'm just feeling for the informant, and also I'm honestly feeling for the mob at this point, because I'm like, the mob. I feel like they're going to get got, and they're already such a big organization. Why would I want to mess with them any further? I don't want to. I know the police want to take them down, but as a movie watcher, I'm like, but I already met the mob. I didn't meet the police. Why do I care about the police? I want to only care about the mob because they have the most character development within this movie. So I liked that. I also do like we have more of a tension building throughout the movie. We got a guy who's like, okay, I I am not going to show that I am the informant, so I have to do more insane things. But also, uh, I gotta do more insane things. What if I just did a stab? Okay, what if I just did a stab? Do you think doing a stab is probably the right thing you should do if you're about to be close to being revealed that you're the informant?
Oh yeah, yeah. If I was like that close to it, I would. Especially if you're right there, like back against the wall. Like yeah,
Yeah,
I'm doing whatever I need to prove that I'm either with them or that I'm not who they think I am, or whatever. If they have to cut a finger off or whatever,
yeah,
like fuck it, like I'm it's survival. It's just surviving humanity.
yeah. Survival is best. You
Mhm.
got to be able to survive. I mean, it's pretty much life or death here. Like if we have the mob is on your back, they're going to murder you. Who do you want to be murdered from first? Do you want to be murdered by the police or do you want to be murdered by the mob? I personally would want to be murdered by the police because if I got murdered by the police, it wouldn't be as torturous as I would imagine the mob's punishments would be.
We would
So
hope
it's a
so.
good move to go by
Yeah.
death by cop, actually.
And also there's a certain point in this movie, like here near the end, where I was like, "Oh, I know why it's called The Departed, because people keep fucking departing. They keep dying. Like a lot of people die throughout this
There's a
movie.
lot of deaths. Like
There's a
so many
lot of death.
deaths are like it's I don't get really connected with any of these deaths. I'm like, I know. Okay, cool. Well, you're dead now. I knew you for a little bit, and now you're dead. Now I knew this other character for a little bit, but now they're dead again. Maybe I don't even know who this character is, and they died. Like everyone's just dying. Like why? Why is there so much? Why does it have to be so much? Murder, death, kill.
I just crack up because I was like, "Why is it called the?" I think even as a kid, why is it called The Departed? And then like The Departed, and it's like, oh yeah, a lot of people depart, a lot of people die in this freaking
Yeah,
movie.
that's
Like,
a good observation.
yeah, I was like, why is it? But uh, we get to a point where it gets like to the end, finally, like a climax where they're all gonna meet at what is it, like a warehouse or some sort of
Yeah,
thing,
I
and
heard
that
it's empty.
yeah, it's something like that, like a warehouse, and they're like, okay, this is where we're finally gonna catch Jack Nicholson, and Matt Damon's showing up there, Leonardo DiCaprio's there, everyone's there, and it all goes like sideways to where everyone's shooting everybody, explosions are happening, real
Very cool moment.
climactic. Yeah, real cool moment. A lot of key characters are like dying, and then you see Jack Nicholson like shot. He goes up to Matt Damon, and Matt Damon finds out that Jack Nicholson is actually a rat for the FBI. So he was a rat all along.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Everyone's a rat. Everyone's a rat. Wow, isn't that just great? Everyone's a rat. But at least hopefully these men get prosecuted so their deaths weren't for nothing. You know? That's what I feel.
Well, and Matt Damon's like, you're gonna sell me out because he's a rat within the Boston thing, and who knows? We find out later on, like who knows who else he has in the department or what departments.
Yeah.
So fucking Matt Damon's like, nah, I ain't going down because of you, and he just shoots him. This dude that's been like his father figure his whole life. He's been doing everything for.
It's so. It seems like it would be very hard to do that, but the way that he does it, it doesn't seem that he's struggling much to do so. It feels like there's still some emotionality behind his his gun. Like, oh wow, I have to shoot you, but like not not doing it doesn't. He knows he has to, but he's
Yeah,
not going to like look particularly. He's just like I'm nope. I don't need that image in my brain whatsoever.
I think it's he if he did hesitate, it's less about betrayal and more about survival. Like at this point, he just doesn't want to get caught because
Yeah,
he's been like almost caught so many times, and he's like, "Oh my god, you're a rat too." Like fuck this. Like I'm not going down because if he gets arrested, he's gonna sing all rowdy like a canary of, oh yeah, well I want a lighter sentence because of I know this person, this person, this person. So he's like, no, I'm taking you down. Like I'm surviving. He's basically Leo in that situation, where he feels like that,
yeah.
trapped.
I'm so curious as to like what the end of the movie will be like. Like, okay, we're building up to the final fight. Final fight's happening. What's the results of the final fight? And I do I would like to call this reverse Unoing constantly. Like, well, actually, I'm undercover. Well, I have guns. Well, I actually have guns. No, you reverse, stuff like that. To where they're like revealing that we'll die for this cause, and then they did. They did, except for Sullivan. He's the only one that stays alive. But everyone else is dead, gone, and I'm like, man, was working in the mob really worth it for this? For dying early?
I don't know because he was backed up in the corner at the beginning. The same thing. It was like, hey,
Yeah.
you either have this choice or that. It's a lot of like you're in predicaments where you're like you either do this or
Yeah.
you do nothing else. You know what I mean? Like they're both rats in cages trapped and trying to find a way out, I guess,
Yeah.
and they become
Exactly.
rats. Yeah.
They're
And
rats. They are literally rats and they are rats. Nice.
and at the end, we find out or Leonardo DiCaprio's character goes to the police station. He meets Matt Damon. He's like, "Oh, you've been the informant the whole time. Okay, let's get you paycheck, and you're a cop now, whatever." And then he sees like an envelope, and he's like, "Oh shit, Matt Damon has been the rat in here the whole time. Like, I ain't trusting this shit." So he leaves. Convinces him to meet him at a warehouse with Anthony Anderson, I guess, because like he was friends with him at the beginning, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna arrest you, Matt Damon, because you're the rat from the inside, and I've caught you because I'm the rat from the outside."
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't tell anyone this. Like, you only tell one person, but whatever. That's Leo DiCaprio.
I mean, I I like the moment. It's poetic.
Mm,
It's a poetic moment. I just, yeah. Why? Yeah. Wouldn't you just mostly keep this to yourself? Like, I don't know. You don't gotta like tell people that you're the rat man. Like, even if people are like, "Oh, I know that you're the rat," you can
a
still
rat
deny
man.
them. You still can like, "I don't know what you're talking about, dude."
Yeah,
And even if they come with a gun to your face and be like, "I know what you mean," and I'm like, "I don't know what you mean, dude. I'm sorry." Like, if you maintain under pressure, that's all you really need.
yeah. I think
Or you're dead.
the odds were against Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he did have like audio evidence, so I guess that is good.
Yeah.
And he did have like a little bit more evidence, so that's that. But I think he played his cards too rowdy when he tried to make the arrest. He should have just
Yeah.
like he should have just sent in the evidence to bring him down instead of like, I'm gonna meet you face to face because I'm taking you down or whatever.
Who needs the justice system when I have my fist? you
My
know?
fist and a gun. That's it.
Exactly.
So at the warehouse they meet. He's like, okay, I'm gonna take you in. He has Anthony Anderson to help prove like, hey, no, we're taking this guy in. They go down the elevator, and bam, Leonardo DiCaprio gets shot, and
Yep.
he's dead.
I
And
love
you're
it.
like, oh shit. And it was who shot him? It was like another dude, right? Like another cop.
Yeah.
And then they shoot Anthony Anderson, which I feel bad because he didn't do anything bad. He was just there like, well, bro, why'd you guys shoot Anthony Anderson? But they shot him, and that dude ends up being another inside guy for Jack Nicholson. And he's like, hey, Matt Damon, did you think you were the only one? We got to stick together, right? We're in this
Right.
together, right? And
Yeah.
then he shoots him. Matt Damon shoots him. Yeah, we're in this together, man. We're in this together. Mm-hmm.
It's very funny.
Yeah, it was just like,
Whew.
oh shit, other a lot more departed people. They're really pushing this title.
Oh yeah. Oh, if
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have a title called The Departed,
The
you gotta
departed.
have a lot of
Can't
departed.
find my khakis. I'm departed.
I've never been to
Uh,
Boston before. Wouldn't know what
you,
the accent's like.
what was that one you did go see? Like a did you see the Liberty Bell or one of the bells? Did you go see a
Yeah, that's in
bell?
Philly.
Okay, I don't know why that's close though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I thought they were the same thing.
Yeah.
Uh, but so Matt Damon is like, all right, Leonardo DiCaprio was a great cop. Let's give him the honor of being a great cop. 21 gun salute, all that. And then when he gets home, I guess the evidence had been sent to no, Mark Wahlberg's character that had been gone for a while. And so Matt Damon gets home. You see Mark Wahlberg dressed like a nurse with a hairnet and like a coat and a little thingies over his shoes, and he just has a silencer pistol. And Mark Wahlberg's like, "Wait, I can explain," and then he just shoots him.
Bam.
And then,
No explaining necessary. Who
yeah,
needs words when you have bullets?
no. Also, it's like you deserve this. This is like what you get for surviving the whole time, putting yourself first. This is justice, coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I was not expecting it to happen when it did happen, but once it did happen, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He should have gotten shot sooner. Actually, why did he
Hmm.
not get shot sooner?
Yeah, he should have been taken down way
Yeah.
before, and I think it was justice for him to be
Yes.
taken down.
Exactly.
And then you see like a rat in the background, and then it ends. A rat
Yeah.
just on
A
the
rat just
windowsill.
chilling. He's just chilling.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it looks pretty clean in there. Sterile. I don't know why a rat would be just hanging out there on the balcony, but
A pet rat.
it is Bastion.
Just your friendly neighborhood pet rat. Of
That's
course.
cool.
Yeah.
Just trying to get some cheese. But yeah, that was The Departed. That was a lot of people departing, a lot of cat and mouse chasing, and a lot of rats doing rat things.
What would you rate this? I mean, actually, hold on. Before you do that, I want to rate it. I give it an 8 out of 10.
I thought you said, well, would you rat this?
Oh, would you rat this?
uh, I'd say I'll go with you and say an 8. It's just long. Like it's
Yeah,
good, but
it's
it's
really long.
long.
I did find myself needing to pause this at several times.
Hmm.
I was like, oh wow, I have to like take a break. So
It's a good movie though. It is very
yeah,
good. It's
very
just
good, very good.
it's a long movie.
Yeah.
And then there's at the beginning there's like a lot of N words and F words at the beginning, so
That's what
minus.
gives it its flavor. Flavor. You gotta earn that rated R movie.
that's the
Drop as many hard R's as possible.
that's the
You get it?
seasoning.
Yeah.
So we season up a movie great, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But that was The Departed, and we have a game here.
Whoa,
Try to
game.
think, try to think of what to name it. I'll say I like the name. I think I smell a rat because I just like the name of that song. I think I
Yeah.
smell a rat.
I
Oh,
like
I
the
think I
title.
smell a rat. So I got 8 pictures of rats from different movies, and I want you to guess either the name of the rat or the name of the movie,
Alright.
or or both, if you would like.
Alright.
This
Let's
might be
see.
easy and it might be hard. This
Let's see what it is that it is what it is.
All right, let's see here. So this, this is
Ratatouille. That's
do
the
you remember
name
his
of the rat and the movie.
No, that's not his name. Do you know his name?
Chef man, pasta dude, rat
The
man.
Ratatouille's the name of the dish that he makes.
Oh.
His name is Remy.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah,
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. That was the first one. Let's see. Let's go to the next one here.
Oh, that's Splinter.
Yep. From Ninja Turtles. That's pretty easy. Good old Master Splinter.
He can teach me karate anytime.
Dude, he's a boss with his
Yes.
nunchucks and shit. Do you know
Uh,
who this rat is?
oh, it's Ratman. Sorry, Ratman.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like
Ratman.
horse is it like horseman or horsemen? I
Like
don't know.
horseman.
Does he ride the horse or does he use the horse?
He has a rat face mask.
This is Templeton. Do you,
Templeton?
do you know from what movie this is? It's an old children's book and movie.
Never heard of it before.
Charlotte's Web.
What? I've read the book Charlotte's Web. I've watched the new Charlotte's Web. Is there like a old Charlotte's Web?
There's one I grew up with that was like a hand drawn cartoon
Oh,
movie.
well, I grew up with the shitty CGI
The
ones.
CGI one.
Yeah.
I was when I was researching this these pictures for rats, and I
Mhm.
found this one of Templeton. It said the article it said Templeton a early gay icon, and I was all what?
Wow.
I don't remember this rat.
Yeah. You see how gay he looks? He looks ultra gay.
I don't
He
remember
looks
the
like he
rat.
can suck dicks. That's
He
what he
just
looks like.
wears black strap-ons and goes
Yeah.
around fucking things. I was like, I don't remember him being a gay icon when I watched Charlotte's Web over and over again, but okay, sure. Next picture.
Oh God, what is this fucking guy's name? I know. It's a book series and it's a movie series.
Mm-hmm.
I've read the movie series and watched the movie. Oh fuck, what is it called?
You read the
What?
movies and watched the
I
books.
know exactly who this guy is. I just don't remember his name. Stuart Little.
There you go. Hell yeah,
Okay.
Stuart Little from Stuart Little. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
He's is that what is he leaning on? Is he leaning on
That
a
that's an
plane?
airplane. Yeah, like a
Where's
tiny
the fucking
airplane.
middle? Where's
I
the
think it's
seat?
just a one seater. I think it's behind him because
Oh, okay.
it's like a toy airplane that he's
Okay.
leaning on because he's a little he's a mouse or a rat,
He's a
whatever.
tiny guy. He's just a little guy.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Number 5. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, it's that dude. It's
The
Speedy
racially
Gonzalez.
Yep. The racially sensitive. Nah, Speedy Gonzalez from Looney
I like
Tunes.
his hat.
It is very Mexican of him to wear that.
I like his hat in Spanish.
Yeah, no, and I don't know why people get offended, like Mexicans, because I'm Mexican and I don't
Yeah.
find Speedy Gonzalez offensive. I think he's great. He's always been fun.
Yeah. All I
Uh,
know is that hat in Spanish is sombrero. That's the only amount of Spanish I know.
I'm sure you know a little bit more if you like heard it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm the same though. I only know like Dora the Explorer words. Next one here.
Oh well, I don't know who this guy is. This is sad rat. Sad because he's dying of bubonic plague because it's living on him because of the fleas and they're
Mm-hmm.
biting him. He's
Mm-hmm.
sad. He's sad. Bubonic plague rat. That's him. That's the guy.
Pretty close.
What?
This is kind of set. Nah, this is set in the the Wild West. No, this is
Oh, okay.
Five-O from An American Tale. Five-O Goes West. This is another cartoon I grew up watching. I think
Okay.
a lot of cartoons I grew up watching were rat based. There were a lot of talking rats.
What's up with rats? Why do
I
people
don't
care
know.
about rats? Maybe just because they're everywhere.
I don't know why they try to make them look cute. Like they're terrifying. I hate dealing with rats when I would have them in the house at my mom's house and shit.
Yeah, they're not fun to deal with. You have to put a lot of traps down. You have to dispose of a dead rat body. Ugh, I wouldn't want
One
that.
time, one time there was a rat in my sister's house, and I caught it on a glue trap, and it was still alive, and it just
Ooh.
let out this like nasty scream, like
Oh God.
like it knew it was dead, like a devil screech. And I just
Yeah.
put it in a plastic bag and threw it away, like still alive. I didn't want
Oh
to like kill
jeez.
it.
Oh jeez. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I
Oh.
know that's worse than death. What I did
Oh.
to it,
Yikes.
but I'm
Yeah.
not a good person.
It knew it was suffering.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it deserved it too. It terrorized us.
Yeah.
Do you know who this character is?
Billie Eilish.
It very well could be. This is Ratcatcher 2
What?
from the Suicide Squad.
The one
The
with
new,
John Cena.
yeah, yeah, the one with John Cena.
Oh, I guess I didn't really remember this character when I watched it.
She was
Well, the
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, she was like, when, well, I don't know if you know, but like whenever I'm driving and I see like a homeless chick and she's kind of hot and you like want to like, hey, you need a ride?
Pick her up.
Yeah. That's the
Want to
kind
pick
of
her up
vibe I
and
get.
okay.
Yeah.
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 That makes
That
sense. Like, oh,
that
I can help her. I can heal her.
yeah, we can I can buy you McDonald's or something and like
Yeah, then not have sex with you and drop you off like the brown bunny.
Big brown buddy, yeah, take you
Yeah.
around the block and like, nah, your name's not a flower. Get the fuck out of my car.
Yeah, exactly.
You fucking hair. Uh, last one.
Rat strongman. Strong rat man.
Mm-hmm. Was it Rat Strongman RSM? Look at my notes here. No, not not
Oh.
not
Who is
Rat
this?
Strongman.
Who is this?
This is Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse.
Yeah,
Oh, that
he.
makes a lot more sense. The alliteration was obvious. It's a mouse, so
I don't
obviously
know.
mighty.
I don't know why when you say it, it makes it sound silly. Like, oh, that makes sense because he looks mighty. Like, okay,
He
yeah, never
does.
mind.
He looks big. He's a big boy.
Yeah,
He
he's
seems
actually
like he could carry a lot.
He's actually very tiny because he's mouse
Wow.
sized, but he can carry a lot because he's mighty.
Can he carry a whole entire semi truck?
Yeah, yeah, because
What?
of how mighty he is, but he'll look all tiny under it, you know.
That's cool. I want to befriend this man. I mean, this mouse, mighty mouse.
You know what else is mighty?
What's mighty?
Your links to all
Yeah,
your they're
they're
mighty
always mighty.
good. They're
Yeah,
mighty
they are.
good. Where can they find you, Mint? The people.
You can find me. I do daily movie reviews every day at 7 p.m. ET. YouTube.com/ASC Presents. And if you want to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to my link tree, linktr.ee/Titsman Salad. That's where you can find me, and that's where it is that I am.
Hell yeah. And
Yeah.
me, I do a daily podcast called That's All Funny. Find it anywhere podcasts available. Just search That's All Funny. Do a podcast every Monday with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe. Talk about wrestling. Do this show every live on Tuesdays. With mint salad. It's great. She's great. And yeah, my link tree's right there. Link tr.ee/funky Eskimo for everything else. And you can check out all our old or archived episodes on Patreon, either of our Patreons. But yeah, check those out. I want to thank Mint for being here. And we're about to go depart from here. So y'all have a great night and take care. Bye.
The